You won't believe what excess screen time does to your brain and body. Hey there, welcome to our channel. Today, we're talking about something really important. We'll explore what happens to our brains and body when we spend too much time on screens. Get ready for some surprising facts. The average Indian smartphone user spends around 3 hours and 15 minutes on their phone each day. Using screens too much can affect our brains in a big way. One problem is that it makes it harder to pay attention, remember things, and even solve easy problems. It's like putting a roadblock in our brain's ability to work well. Our brain rewards us for anything that will increase our likelihood of survival by releasing a neurotransmitter called dopamine in your brain. That's the reason why it feels so damn good to have intimate sex. Because our brain thinks that sex equals the reproduction of our species. Let's look at an example. As soon as you're standing in front of your fridge, and you have the choice to either pick a fruit, vegetable, or a piece of chocolate, your brain will tell you to pick the one which releases more dopamine, as it knows that it will make you feel more pleasure. So naturally you will choose the chocolate. Now you might say, well, that's not too bad to eat a piece of chocolate every now and then. And that's true. But as soon as our brain releases a lot of dopamine, it will try to stimulate the craving for that thing over and over again, until you develop an urge for it. And that's when the addiction kicks in and we can't live without it. For this reason, people become overweight, alcoholics, or drug addicts. The thing is that dopamine doesn't know what's good for us and what isn't. It doesn't know that eating too much chocolate is unhealthy for us. All it sees is a potential of pleasure without any context, and for this reason, drug addicts are willing to let their whole life fall apart, only to get that one hit of dopamine again and again. But that's not all. Did you know that using screens too much can also make us feel more anxious, sad, and lonely? It's like going on an emotional roller coaster. According to a paper published in a recent behavioral addiction journal, screen addiction is now the #1 most pervasive addiction faced by our society. When we hear that ringtone and we feel those vibrations and we see those little red notification numbers, our brains kick with this chemical reward system that draws us in, and this addiction is now leading to all new problems. Like nomophobia, the crippling fear of being without our phones, or the act of staring at the phone in the hopes that others around us will not want to interact with us, or FOMO, the fear of missing out, or the idea that if we leave social media for too long, we are going to miss out on something great, which just leads to that endless cycle of scrolling. It's crazy to believe, but we live in a world that is designed to stimulate our emotions in order to maximize profits. It is scientifically proven that screens have a direct influence on the decisions we make and the actions we take. That's why ultimately blue screens control us on a daily basis. And that's why today billions of people in India and around the world unconsciously focusing their day and night on screens, instead of creating the lives they want to live. Remember, your brain is the most important thing to you. Take care of it. Let's use smartphones, laptops, and other blue screens responsibly. Stop for a while and take a deep breath. Pause yourself. Life up, phone down. A concept by Unplugged Blue. Follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Unplugged Blue. Thanks for watching.